here with Nerdy Sins, aka Maya Mayames, aka like my favorite person on Instagram right now because you are a League player just like me. Thank you.
Hi.
I know we're like both nervous doing it, but I told her it's gonna be all right because she's awesome and I love her anyway. So, Mayim, tell us a bit about yourself. I know you're
Yeah,
from
he
Cali.
literally dragged me here.
I might have a little bit. So you're from Cali. Right now, your current obsession is League.
Yes, it is.
Me.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot with you
Uh huh.
and with my other friend.
Who are you
But
obsessed
yeah,
with? Let them know who you're obsessed with, because
I'm obsessed with Severe and used to be Diana, but then I figured out I'm not really that great with her. But you're training me to be the best ADC, so I'm pretty stoked.
I'm not that good either. Especially now with the poppy changes.
Yeah, I'm learning from the best.
You crazy with the poppy changes.
You
I'm not.
really are, I swear. You carry the whole team.
With the old poppy, maybe not the new poppy. But enough about me though. You, what systems do you own besides a PC? Huh.
I have a PS2, PS3, I have a GameCube, an N64.
You
That's
almost.
about it. Oh, and the Wii U. I always forget
So
that.
besides retro collections, you almost have like most of the new-ish systems.
Yeah, basically everything except an Xbox and like the newest PS4.
Now, if you were to get the newest system, which one would you get? PS4 or Xbox One?
I would I would most likely get the PS4, but eventually I want to get an Xbox.
You want to have one of each.
Yeah,
So out of those old systems, though, which one do you go back to? Like, what's your go-to system?
probably the N64.
What do you like playing on?
Well, I grew up playing like Conquer and Killer Instinct. That's like my favorite game. Shadows of the Empire, Super Smash Brothers, Mario 64, Turok.
You had me at Conkers, and then now you went on and made me like super jealous, and makes me really want my Nintendo 64.
Well, shoot, I'll send you that game
I
over.
I will take that offer. And I know you're also a big Super Mario Maker fan.
Yes, I am. I make a bunch of levels. I feel bad because ever since you guys got me into League, like I've totally abandoned all the games I like.
Sure. You
And
know what's funny?
just been focusing on trying to level up Severe.
I don't think I got you into League. I met you on League, but I didn't get you on.
Yeah, my other friend got me onto League, but
Yeah. I think when
you based.
I met you, you were like level 8. You're like 17, 18 now.
Yep, now I'm like 16.
No, I think you're above that. We'll get you to 30. We'll
Okay,
begin doing
okay.
ranked soon. It's around like 17. We'll play right after this, so
Yeah, I
we'll know.
can't. Yeah, I
So
can't wait to play rank though.
uh, yeah,
I'm so stuck.
trust me, you can wait. So besides being an avid gamer, I know because I know you. You're also a collector. You have a bunch of weapons, and you know how to use them. You're a dangerous
Yes, I
guy.
do. I have a bunch of throwing knives. They're right here
Bam.
actually. I have some nunchucks. I have my bow and arrow. What else? I'm gonna get an axe soon, so that should be cool.
But you don't only keep them for display. You've actually thrown. You practice with them,
Yeah, I
with
have.
everything you have. Because I've seen you use the nunchucks. Have it?
Yeah.
You've practiced with your bow,
Mhm.
really.
I'm
So
pretty spot on with my bow now, so watch out.
not the girl to mess with in Cali,
Yeah,
basically.
definitely not me.
So what did get you into gaming? I know you mentioned that the Conkers game was your brother. So was it because of
Yeah,
him or you just picked
basic
up?
basically my brother. Like when I was little, I didn't get to play the games. I would just watch him and maybe mess around with like Mario a little here and there. But as I grew older, like I would just go and play the old games that he would play, and just it really sparked my interest.
What would you say is the first system that you yourself wanted? It wasn't a hand me down from your brother that you yourself said, "Mom, I want this one."
Me, PS2,
PS2. That's the
definitely
one that you.
PS2. That, that was like one of my own systems. Like I remember we had the N64 and I played all the time, and I would always go over to my cousin's house and they had everything. They had any system you could think of. Like as soon as it came out, they had it, and so I was like playing the PlayStation, like the first one, with them, and as soon as the PS2 came out, I was like, Dad, I need this. Please, please buy it for me. And I remember like one of the first games I got was like Crash Bandicoot.
That's a pretty good way to begin.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. And so, besides everything that you just mentioned, which made you awesome, you're also a GameStop employee.
Yes, I am. I'm a new seasonal, so.
Shh, 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 you don't need to. Don't worry about that. GameStop employee alone will get you where you need to go.
Yeah.
And well, for those of you who want to work at GameStop, I've actually applied and never got accepted. 15% discount on games, so that's badass.
Yep, and
I think you said you get to borrow games
yeah, you get to borrow a game every 4 days.
before days.
And if you don't return it on the fourth day, you have to buy it full price.
Yeah,
So that sucks.
let's try and remember to return it every 4 days.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've had to purchase Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes because I forgot to return it on time.
I mean, like I was mentioning earlier, at least it's a good game.
Yeah.
And so you are seasonal, but you actually worked on Black Friday, right?
Yeah, I did. It was really busy. There was lines out the door. People were going crazy.
I can't even imagine like being a gamer and GameStop is one of the the major retail. Everybody goes to get their games and like Black Friday having all those deals and everybody wanted to get gifts. What were some of the
Yeah.
games that you saw were flying out, like were most popular that day?
Probably Battlefront and Fallout.
Those were the two
Those
most
are.
fun. I wish
Yeah,
any of those games I would be happy to have, but yeah,
I
no,
know. Me
not
too.
not at the moment. But 15% counts for everything in store, even new consoles.
Yep.
So maybe you'll be getting one event soon. You know,
Yeah.
after a
And there's
couple.
like a certain week where it's like 25% off for GameStop employees, so you can get it even cheaper for like consoles.
What?
Like right now, I could literally get an Xbox One for like 250, but I just don't have the money yet.
Give it a couple of paychecks. You got to save on the side. Gaming is definitely not cheap, right? Or else I would have probably if it were more cheap, I would have every system, every game possible, and spend here constantly. Um,
Right?
but I know you love League because we've spent how many hours on League? I know we spent many nights on League. Just
I seriously lost track. Like we literally would stay up till like 11 p.m. till like 5 in the morning once. That was
mind you, it
crazy.
was 5 your time, but East Coast time it was 8. So
I
yeah,
know, I couldn't believe it.
that was one hell of a binge, but it was worth it. It was fun to play with. You know, I was mentioning, Gamer District loves you. We all love you. We all think you kick ass.
Yeah, you
And
guys are awesome. You guys just welcomed me in and
what's not
helped
to
me meet so many cool people.
what's not to welcome? It's always nice to meet a badass chick. And you say, look at you, not even that nervous anymore, because deep down you're badass. And I guess the last thing I want to ask you before having you on later again, I was mentioning earlier, like, I made a post last night about the mic on, mic off. Some people say, so some gals, and even guys, that they didn't like the mic on because, kids talk
Oh,
shit, as always. And what has been your experience on
to be honest, I always leave the mic on. Like, honestly, I'm curious to what people are gonna say. Like, I don't care, talk shit. Like, I want to
it?
hear what you're gonna say.
You ever say shit back?
And I just love like egging people on. Like, it's hilarious.
I can imagine. So would you say you troll a bit? I
Yeah,
mean,
especially when you're kicking someone's ass. So,
uh, does it happen a lot?
I'm sorry.
Does you kicking people's ass online happen a lot?
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh, it says okay, okay. Now, so before you go, if you had to recommend one or two games that people should definitely try that you love, what would it be?
Well, for me, it would definitely be Uncharted. Like, if you're really into adventure games and just finding treasures, I just really love that story. I love Uncharted.
I think they
It's
just
awesome.
released. I don't know if it was a new game or a bundle, but they just did something with
Yeah, the
Uncharted. It
bundle.
was a bundle. Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely a good time to catch up on everything Uncharted.
Yeah, I'm so sad that I have to literally buy a PS4 just to play the new game.
Yeah,
It's
that's how they get you. That's That's companies for you. But I actually mentioned to you, I played Uncharted bits and pieces at my friend's house. I didn't know the system at the time. I did like it. Hopefully with the PS4, it's on my to-do list right after many other games with purchasing. But I will try it specifically just for you. But anyway, thank you, Maya Mayim. I don't know, did we even mention? Yeah, Mayim. Your name is Mayim, but I like saying Maya Mayim. People call you Maya. But I
Yeah.
say
Well,
everything.
thank you for having me.
No
I'm
problem.
so excited.
You'll
This
see it
is,
tomorrow, and I expect to see a severe cosplay in the future.
oh my
You
gosh.
did a Tomb Raider cosplay.
You keep telling me how I look like her. I don't know.
Trust
You
me,
guys tell me. Do you guys think I could pull it off? Like,
I
let
I,
me know.
I think you do.
That I would totally do it. That'd be my first cosplay that I would literally put so much work into. I feel like I could. I could do it for you, Severe.
I think you could. Well, right after this, we're gonna go play some League. So thank you once again, Maya Mayim, and hopefully it won't be the last time.
All right. Peace.
Peace, deuce.